Hi everyone, welcome to Unmask. I hope you guys are good. It's me, Spabato. So, anyway, uh, today I want to talk about this is something that I've been working through for a few years, and if you followed me on Instagram, you would have seen the reel I posted about taking up space, which is what I want to talk about because I feel like I am changing and I can feel myself taking up more space in my life. It feels good, so I just want to talk about it. For some people who find themselves playing small, maybe this could be the nudge that you need to stop playing small. Let's just talk about why you are playing small. So, if you've ever walked into a space and immediately tried not to be too much, you're in the right place. Okay, like you tried not to be too confident, too emotional, too pretty, too opinionated. Because I know for years, I didn't even realize how much of my life has been trying to make myself smaller so that other people would feel comfortable around me. But it's something that became really evident because I had friends who tell me, like, too nice and sleeping on myself. And all of those things didn't really mean anything to me before because I didn't actually understand what they were saying. But it, I realized how disconnected I felt from myself, and that's the thing that kind of made me go, dude, you are always shrinking, like I felt a lot of discomfort, especially when I was in public. And that's because I was just afraid of like being seen and being perceived. And I'd say for me, it came from childhood. Like, I grew up very shy, and because of, like, when you're a shy person, people usually box you as that type of person. So whenever you try to do new things, like you try new things or try something that's outside of what everybody is used to, that thing like that some people do where they want to point it out, that's what makes me just kind of go back into my shell. And I think that's what kept me in my shell. But then I realized, like, I'm just shrinking myself by doing that. So I guess what I'm saying, I don't like it when people like try to like highlight the things that I'm doing as if I'm not aware. So like, it's like if we're out and I'm not the type of person who dances, and I start dancing with you, I don't want you to like hype me up, be like shocked that I'm dancing because apparently I'm a robot that doesn't dance. Just dance with me, like do the thing with me. Don't make me feel like an outsider. I don't like that. That's what it makes me feel like, and I hate being othered. I don't think anybody enjoys that experience. So yeah, like today's episode is about like why we shrink ourselves and what it actually costs us. And we can actually start off by talking about what taking up space actually means. I know that taking up space is not being loud, being arrogant, or dominating conversations. It's more about setting boundaries, having needs, having opinions, being visible, and actually just being authentic. And like I said, mine came from fear, but like masking is exhausting, dude. Like me having to just downplay who I am and everything just because of an expectation that's been put on me. It's just something that I can't keep doing anymore. And I also realized, like, because now I've gone my whole life feeling this way. This thing actually comes from fear, the fear of being seen or being judged or being labeled or even being put in a box. But it's just all in my head and it doesn't really matter. Like, just be myself. I'm not hurting anybody by doing that. And for a lot of people, like, this fear can actually come from different things. It could be from childhood. Maybe you were told that you're like too much, or you were criticized a lot, or even like felt like you felt unseen. That's something that can also cause you to end up shrinking, or it can actually just bring up this fear that makes you start to shrink, right? It could also come from relationships, being rejected, being abandoned, being betrayed. Those are roots as well. Society, expectations that people have of you, or constant comparison, And also like perfectionism, that's something that can also lead you to have this fear because you don't want to be perceived in a certain way, you don't want to be judged. But I think once you let go of that fear, like it's actually quite liberating. Because I know for me, I've just decided like I don't care if people look at me anymore. Like if I want to look pretty, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put on my makeup. I'm gonna dress up. And if someone says now, they have a reason to. I know it's not because they're judging me. And if they are and they don't feel the need to come and talk to me about it, it's not my problem. Also, whenever I've played small, like the interactions that I've had were always like awkward and uncomfortable. But whenever I've been myself, it's just been so effortless, so fun and easy and really, really enjoyable. And in most cases, like I formed a connection with those people and it was always like so beautiful. So just be yourself, dude. Like don't deprive us of you, of getting to know you and getting to experience you. You actually don't know how many people need that. It's not even about you. There's such a bigger impact that you could have on somebody else, and you playing small doesn't serve anyone, not even you. And if you're actually not sure if you do it, there are different ways that like shrinking yourself shows up. It shows up when you don't speak up for yourself, when you're constantly apologizing, when you're downplaying your achievements, when you're avoiding certain opportunities, waiting for people's permission for you to actually just live your life, hiding your talents, or even over explaining yourself. Those are all signs that you are shrinking yourself, and you need to stop doing that because it's costing you so much. When you shrink yourself, you actually lose confidence, you lose out on opportunities, and you can even attract unhealthy relationships, unhealthy dynamics. And I feel like toxic people, they see it and they literally feed off of that. And those people are ruthless. They don't care. They really don't care. So be safe, okay? And the biggest cost, I think, is that you disconnect from yourself. And the biggest cost of staying small isn't what other people think of you. It's forgetting who you are. Once you do that, you are losing, because then other people tell you who you are and then you kind of run with it and it doesn't feel right because it's not you. You've completely disconnected from yourself because you shrank yourself so small that now you've actually just disappeared. You don't even exist and you don't know who you are, and now you're going through an identity crisis. Anyway, this is the part where you guys have to take out your notes. If you're not already taking notes, get a notebook and take some notes. I'm going to give you 3 ways to start taking up space, and I hope from there you will allow your curiosity to lead you deeper and continue unmasking what it is that's making you shrink, how you are shrinking, and ways that you can let go. But these are just a starting point, and I'm inviting you to allow yourself to be curious. The first one is notice where you shrink. Ask yourself, maybe this can be like a journal prompt, like where do I silence myself? And really sit with that and be honest in your answers. Nobody's gonna ask you that. This is something you don't have to share with anybody. Be as honest as you can, and that will help you to really get down to the core of it. You really unmask yourself, remove all of those layers, and get to the core of it, and really figure out like where is it that you do silence yourself and in what ways it happens. And secondly, stop apologizing unnecessarily, okay? And this is something that can happen, not like you're just saying sorry all the time, but it does happen. Actually, you are just saying sorry all the time. Like when you want to ask someone for something and then you just feel really guilty and you overthink it, instead of being like, sorry to bother you, blah, 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 just be like, hey, do you have a moment? And I think just even rephrasing that kind of can shift something in your brain, because you needing a moment of someone's time, it doesn't make you a burden, The worst thing that they can say is no, like I don't have that. And then maybe they'll be like, listen, let's talk later. Or yes, let's talk right now. you don't know that that person will be bothered by you asking for their time. If anything, they might be so happy to actually even help you. You know, you don't know what you asking them can also do for that person. They might feel good just being able to have helped you, to have added value in your life, to assist you in any way. Like, people are kinder than we think. Sometimes you just need to stop overthinking things. And the last thing I'd say is speak before you are ready, because you don't need anyone's permission to speak, and you don't actually even have to feel ready. In fact, if you wait until you're ready, you are never gonna do it. You're never gonna do it. And ask me, like, even with my podcast, there are days where I know I should record, but then I feel like, oh no, I don't know, and I overthink it, and then it never gets done. There's so many episodes that died in my drafts, guys. They never made it out because I'd start and I'd overthink it, and the ones that make it out are the ones that I record. Sometimes I don't even edit, I just record, and then I just breathe, and sometimes ask my brother to listen to it and then upload it, or I just record and upload. Okay, fine, there'll be a bit of editing because I've been trying to add music. Well, I'll just check if the audio is fine, but instead of overthinking it and being like it has to be perfect, whatever, I just post it, because I know that the more I think about it, the more likely I am to talk myself out of it. So I just do it. So just do it before you're ready, okay? And you will thank yourself for it, trust me. And nobody's expecting you to be perfect. We are all trying our best. Just do your best. You don't have to show up as the most polished version of yourself. Nobody ever starts out great. It takes a while to get there, but like, if you never start, you will never actually get there. Yeah, so in closing, all I'm gonna say is that maybe the version of you that you're trying to become isn't someone new. Maybe it's simply the version of you that no longer feels the need to hide. And also, I do have a question, and I'd love it if you guys would answer this in the comment section. What is one area of your life where you're actually ready to take up more space? Yeah, thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you listened to this whole episode, I really do appreciate you taking that time and being here. Please like, please share, please subscribe if you're on YouTube, please follow if you're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And guys, please do comment and engage with me. I do want to know what you guys think. I do want to know, I don't know, like, I want to hear about your experiences too. If you're unmasking, how's that going? Do you have any questions? Do you have things to share? Maybe you could drop some knowledge in the comment section. Like, you're welcome to do that, and please do that. Anyway, thank you so much for spending this time with me. Thank you for listening to me. I hope that you do get some value out of the episodes that I share, and that this one was really helpful for anyone who finds themselves shrinking and wanting to take up more space in their lives. I will talk to you guys soon. Please take care of yourselves. Much love from me. Bye.